Come on, guys. So today we're looking at the Boker Gnome. This is going to be a very small neck knife that's really not going to be good for hard use tasks, but it's a great collector item, and it's going to be a great little secondary blade if you do want something just extremely small. That if you do run this as a neck knife, you could easily toss under a thin t-shirt, sweatshirt, or something like that, and just have on you on a regular basis. Now, first thing you notice, it does have a little bit of rattle inside the Kydex. That can, however, be heated up with, honestly, you can do a lot of different heat sources on that. Some people use toaster oven, some people use a Bic lighter, and just heat and press where they want it to be a little bit more snug. Like for me personally, I would probably heat it up right around the back here where it connects to the blade as the retention, and then press that in a little bit just to make sure it does actually retain the blade a little bit tighter, and that'll knock out some of that rattle. But that's one of the benefits of Kydex. You do have that flexibility there. So stepping into the actual knife itself, it is going to be more of a mid-grade steel, which is going to be 440C. 440C if I could enunciate a little better. It's not a bad steel. It holds an edge very well. It's going to be one of the older designs that you saw a lot in the 90s. And even early 2000s before they started getting big with all the super steels like the 154CM, S30Vs, things like that. So it is a good blade steel. It does work well. It's a nice, thick, robust spine in the rear. So it does have some decent strength to it. So again, it's not going to be a pry bar, but for the size, it's going to be tough to break that whole blade. You will, however, be able to crack that tip a lot easier because it is very thin at the edge of the tip, as it does taper down to the front. As far as cutting use, it's not bad. And it seems like it's going to be too small when you're looking at it because I'm sure you're noticing I'm getting two fingers actually on the grip, and I can kind of wrap a little bit of my middle finger in. Alright guys, sorry for the break there. I had to get my camera to cool down a little bit. It actually overheated on me. So as I was saying, when I'm usually using this, I'll find myself wrapping my ring finger in and a little bit of my middle finger there. Wrapping in my middle finger with a little bit of my ring finger in the back, and then my index finger on the back of the spine with a thumb on the side here. And this gives you a nice, very well-controlled blade that you can do a lot of fine cutting tasks. However, if you are bigger on this style grip, a lot of people will actually put a lanyard in the back, which I'm personally not a fan of that style. I like having just a plain blade, but they'll put a lanyard, tie it in a thick knot, or some type of different braid they want to do. There's a lot of different people that do that. Some people add the beads to the back of them. I don't get it. It's not my style, but a lot of people do like it. But you could add something there to give you a little bit of extra meat to grab onto. But just to give you an idea of what you can actually do with this for a little bit of stronger work, just grab a piece of southern yellow pine here just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like if you wanted to kind of carve into some wood here. You can actually do that fairly easily, get a decent bite out of it, and you're carving very thin, fine pieces off of there. Now, that was just a few strokes off of that. It was not the most comfortable thing to use to carve into that. You could use it to try to make some feather sticks. This thing's actually fairly hard and dry right now, so it's not going to make the best feather sticks, but honestly, it does work. One of the crappier feather sticks I've ever done, and rather small too, but it worked. And the thing is, that's not really this intended purpose. And with that, it did pinch a little bit on the side of your fingers because you are pushing pretty hard, but it does work. Now, as far as using this as an actual neck knife, you will definitely want to tighten up that retention because it is a little bit loose because of that, and if I'm a little concerned if I shoved it down too hard, you could probably get it to pop out, especially where it's on a lanyard. You can have a little more snap to it. The handle on it, you do actually have a linen micarta on this one. They do have a few other options. I really like this. It's got a nice grip to it. It does hold a little bit of a grip even when it's wet. And I've been very happy with it overall. It's not going to be a primary user. It's a great little secondary knife, or in my case, this was one of those knives I bought it because I simply wanted it. It was about 27 bucks on Amazon. It was cheap, it's a really cool little knife, and it's a great little knife for any collection. So if you've been thinking about one, I highly recommend getting it. It's a cool little knife, and you won't be disappointed. But again, if you have any questions, put them in the comments section below. And as always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.